Hello, everyone. I hope you have had an awesome week. It's Friday, July 8th. Sorry for the cough. That always seems to happen to me when I'm about to start a stream. I end up doing a cough initially. I don't know why. So, what's been going on in geek culture this week? Well, I got a couple things that have been popping up and decided talk about it, give my two thoughts. I'll try to keep this about 10 minutes. So I see James Cameron is talking about he doesn't want to hear about Avatar 2 being, I think it's 2 hours and 41 minutes long. He doesn't want to hear that excuse. He's like, you can get up and take a pee. He's like, people watch things for binging 8 hours. Now, I thought that was a bad comparison because, yeah, we can pause everything. That said, I mean, nobody was complaining about Endgame, Infinity War, Spider Man No Way Home, Titanic, or when the original Avatar, Lord of the Rings, Return to the King. So I can somewhat understand his argument on that. Now, is the movie going to make? Now, is this a way of saying that is this a pre-plan for the movie bombing? I'm going to be honest. I don't think Avatar 2 is going to bomb. Do I think it's going to make uh, the amount of money the first Avatar did worldwide, which was 2.8, almost 2.85 billion, 2,847,000? No, I don't think it'll make that much money. But it's going to make a lot of money, I believe, in America. But it will make probably most of its money like the previous one did when it came out in 2009, because in America it made about 760,000. It's kind of the same with Titanic. Titanic in America made about 680 million at the time it came out. Most of its massive success was overseas, both Titanic and Avatar. Avatar racked up over almost 2.1 billion overseas. So the movie has a very broad appeal. That one did. This one, yes, its visuals are stunning. There's no way around it. I'm not going to lie and say they're not. I don't even think I don't even think it looks bad. I think it looks better than the original. Very seamless, very nice special effects wise. Unfortunately, when it comes to Avatar, I'm not the hugest fan of it. I thought it was a good movie, great visuals. It was groundbreaking at the time. Not anymore, but still a very beautiful, well done movie that pushed forth a lot of current special effects we're using now that have been improved on since then. We all got to start somewhere. Somebody's got to break the ground. But the story was, well, I mean, it was a science fiction future version of basically Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. I mean, I think I heard that comparison a while back, and while I've seen Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest, I can see why they made that comparison. So the question is really, what is this movie going to be about? I think we're going to need another trailer with some more dialogue to kind of get an idea of it. Is it going to make money? Yes. Will it break over $1 billion in the United States? Possibly. Is it going to become the third movie James Cameron makes that is the highest grossing movie of all time again? No, I don't see that. I don't think this movie really has quite the draw in America that it possibly will have overseas. Now, I could be wrong. We are talking 13 years later. But I don't plan on going to see it in theater. Actually, other than, well, let's segue to the next one. I don't think it's going to be a bad movie, but I don't think it's going to make as much as the previous one. Now, we'll find out if that ages well or not. I do not know. We will see. Next up, we got Thor: Love and Thunder. That was released, I guess, Wednesday, Thursday. I've given up on trying to figure out when a movie is actually supposed to come out now. I'll be seeing it tomorrow with the family. This is probably the last movie we are going to go see as a family. The only other movies we saw this year was Spider-Man, or was Spider-Man? No, Spider-Man was last year. was Doctor Strange and Top Gun. And this will probably be it. I don't really see a lot of other movies coming out throughout the year, including this new Avatar movie. I wasn't that big of a fan of the first movie. I think it's decent, but I've probably seen it, I don't know, 3 times. But I can give him credit for his comment. And I think he's got a reason to go there. So according to, and nope, I didn't, thankfully. So according to this, we are looking at the possibility, basically the way it's being pretty much confirmed by the Hollywood Reporter, that Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio will be appearing in the Marvel Studios Disney Plus Echo series, which is a character from we saw in Hawkeye. Now, I think this is pretty obvious that this was going to happen. I don't know how many episodes this is supposed to be. Echo's supposed to come out in 2023. I would imagine, based on their numbers here, it's probably going to be 5-6 episodes, maybe a little bit longer. We don't know. It's pretty much said that Daredevil will be in for about 3 episodes. And of course, with Echo having connections to Kingpin, that makes sense that he'd be in the season 2. Makes sense to have Daredevil in there because we obviously saw him in Spider-Man No Way Home. So we do know we can fairly assume that neither Daredevil nor Kingpin blipped during the 5 years. So from the end of Daredevil 3 to now, when the show comes out, it is now 7-8 years later. From 2018 to, it'll be 2025 in the timeline, based on where it's at. I can't say I'm surprised about this. I'm actually quite happy about it. I very much am looking forward to having Daredevil back. And I think that one of the reasons why they did this route was they tested the waters. They tested it with Echo and they tested in Spider-Man. They saw the reaction of people for Daredevil. And then they saw the reaction of people seeing the Kingpin in the Hawkeye series and were very pleased with it. I was very pleased with it. I was very happy to see them come back. And supposedly in the series, Daredevil's looking for a former colleague, which is said to be Jessica Jones. Now, I don't know. Now, there's no guarantee she shows up in the series or not. And preliminary, it looks like we are getting a Daredevil season 4. I think that's all been confirmed. So that is going to be nice. Jessica Jones and Daredevil were probably, out of the 5, the most popular. They're the ones that got 3 seasons. Punisher, I think, would have got a 3rd season, but I think it was just came in at the tail end of Marvel was ready to start shutting the things down. And they pretty much did all at once. Luke Cage, I don't know if we'll see the Luke Cage or Iron Fist characters. I know the gentleman who plays Luke Cage, he's pretty busy with other projects. And the guy who played Iron Fist, I think that was considered the weakest of all of them. So I don't know. Maybe if they want to try, they could do a Luke Cage Iron Fist Heroes for Hire. I thought that would be an interesting idea. But I can't see them getting their own series again. Punisher, maybe. But the big ones, I think, is the Jessica Jones Daredevil. I think those are the 2 ones that they have the best chance at bringing back and making successful. Now, I have not seen Ms. Marvel. I'm going to be honest. Why? Well, I'm 42 years old. I am not exactly interested in watching a show about teenagers in high school in 2024. And of course, the next question comes. Yes, I did watch Stranger Things. Yes, I quite enjoy it. But I'm watching a show about kids in school and stuff. Okay, here's the difference. I grew up in the 80s and 90s in school. I can relate to that. I can't really relate to this techno-savvy current generation that is in school now. We didn't have cyberbullying. We didn't have the internet when I was in school. Well, we did. We had an intranet that was about the best we had. There was no cyberbullying. There was no cyber stalking. Nobody was taking camera shots of everybody getting into fights. So, it's just it's not for my demographic. It's not, and that's fine. I'm not going to demonize it for being for a younger audience. That's what I think it should be there for. Not everything has to be catered just to me. I ain't that selfish like some of these other people out here who want everything their way and they want it now. And if it's not done their way, they bitch, mope, and complain. I'm just not going to watch it. She-Hulk, based on what I've seen, I've got to be honest. I liked the actress in Orphan Black. Really did. I thought she did a phenomenal job playing all those different characters and personalities and pulling that off. I thought she did a fantastic job. Unfortunately, when I read She-Hulk as a kid, I don't recall She-Hulk ever being comical or humorous. She took her lawyering very seriously. So it's going to be interesting. Is her origin going to be she got a blood transfusion from Bruce Banner? Guess we'll find out. I don't know. I'm not really that big on it. I'll give it a shot just because I want to give the actress a shot. I think she's actually very talented. And it seems like other than that, we kind of had a little bit of a light week when it comes to geek culture. Not too much crazy bullshit. I guess there's controversy going around Thor Love and Thunder that there's a lot of agenda in it. I don't know. I will find out. I do have this issue with Strange New Worlds trying to say that their last episode for their finale could possibly be as big as Best of Both Worlds and In the Pale Moonlight. Okay. Understand something. That is almost an absolute impossibility. Best of Both Worlds was the season finale of season 3, the opening of season 4. 3 seasons of over 20 plus episodes to get to know these characters. Okay, that's why it carried so much weight. In the Pale Moonlight was in the 6th season of Deep Space Nine. We know Cisco very well now. And what do we get out of this? We get a season finale, which is basically a what if Captain Pike was captain of the Enterprise during Balance of Terror. And then they ended it on a cliffhanger. Of course they did. From what I can tell, Strange New Worlds pretty much sliced and diced through a bunch of TOS shows. I think there was Amok Time, Balance of Terror. If I took the list, I stopped watching after a while. I only watched this because I wanted to get a comparison. Look, visually, it's beautiful. Story-wise, sorry, the effect with the Romulan commander in the original Balance of Terror is completely different. The dynamic is completely different. I do not see how this commander would have respected him. Would have respected Pike the same way he had respected Kirk. Also, Kirk, the Farragut takes 3 hits from the Romulans, and that's what destroys it. It didn't even get hit by the plasma beam. So I'm a little foggy on that one. So I don't see how that is a good way to end it. The guy who was playing Kirk, I thought did a decent job. Okay. It's not the worst Star Trek episode I've seen of New Trek, but I'm sorry, it's just basically a ripoff of Balance of Terror. It's a what if. That's it. Also, they screwed up their continuity again because Pike was fleet captain when he went and saved those kids. He wasn't just captain; he was fleet captain. So, having a little hard time buying into that, but just accept the fact that it's not part of TOS canon. It really isn't. It's an alternate universe. I've just accepted that. Orville has been fantastic overall. Although apparently this last episode that I haven't seen caused some controversy with fans. I think this is the first time I've heard of an episode causing controversy among fans, so that's going to be an interesting topic when I watch it. All right, folks, this is kind of what's been going on. Try to keep it under 20 minutes. I was going for 10, but had a couple things to say. All right, y'all have a blessed one. Enjoy your weekend.